All right, so now let's recap and talk about why this game is great, if you think it is.
What attracted me to the game and what attracts me to pretty much every game that was the art.
I think the theme is strong.
The theme comes through. It's macabre in a kind of fun way.
Yeah.
Right.
It is based on a true story, though.
Really?
There was a murderous innkeeper.
Some crazy French.
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one.
There have been multiple. I actually thought it was based on Burke and Hare in England, but it's not. It is based on a French incident that was similar.
I do believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that the World's Fair in 1893 had a situation where a hotel...
Oh, the Killer
The
Hotel?
Homes,
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
Awesome.
Yes.
That's correct, where they were like preying on females, right?
Mostly females, but
Yeah.
he didn't discriminate that much. He killed it.
Well, it was pretty much just whoever would stay in his hotel, but it was really easy because a lot of young women were coming to Chicago, almost like young women go to
New York.
LA to be famous because of the World's Fair was such a big deal. So they would come like starry-eyed off the bus to Chicago and then stay at this hotel that was conveniently distanced from this World's Fair, not knowing that it was basically a trap.
Yeah.
What I love about this game, I'm partial to any game that lets you play cards in multiple ways.
Yes.
And each one of these cards can be used for all sorts of different things. You can kill them for points. You can build buildings to build your engine. You can just
Use them to
stock
kill
up your cards to
somebody.
get better cards. And I
do like that a lot, and it's hard to make that call a lot of times with what you're going to do.
Well, sometimes you just flat out miscalculate. Like I had things like, oh, I'm going to use this to build this. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have the cards in my hand to actually recruit the people because I have to spend the guy I'm going to use to build to recruit the guy I want to build the building of. So then I kind of stuck myself.
I like that the best buildings also have the highest price on their heads too. Like you could get a really good building, or you could get a lot of points for killing that person.
Like in the game we just played, building this building was pointless. I never used it. I should have killed this guy and then buried him.
Right. Well, same thing here. I was thinking grand. Usually in these types of games, I end up coming short at the end because I've timed something incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And here, I resisted the urge to get points quickly and take peasants to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I knew I was going to have to pay for them immediately after taking them.
Yeah.
But I thought, the next round, I'll have more options at the beginning of a round.
In my experience with this game, it's usually better to try to take an early lead. Like most engine builder games, you take an early lead, it's going to bite you in the end. And this one, it actually, in my experience, it pays off to kill as much as you can, even if you're not setting up your best engine. I didn't play it that much this way, and I think that's one of my...
You started off that way. You killed early, and then you banked your franks, which I thought had you in the lead.
Yeah.
I thought you had 4 of those, which would have made it an insurmountable lead.
Yeah.
When you said you had 3, then I realized I had a chance.
Yeah.
This game always feels too short for me. It feels
we typically play the short game.
But I feel like I'm just getting an engine going. I'm just figuring out what to do, and it's done.
But you can play a longer game, and that takes care of that.
It is hard to, with the actions being just 2 actions and spread out as much as they are.
Yeah.
Because someone inevitably will do something to screw with your
Yes, I
second
love that.
action.
Though. I love that.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Well, for me, it feels like it's a very Euro style game.
Mm-hmm.
The randomness comes in the draw of the cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there's really no randomness.
No.
Am I missing that?
No, it's completely deterministic.
Right, except for that. And so that provides the tactical portion of the game, is that you may have a grand plan, but if anything that comes out then doesn't fit that plan, you have to adapt.
Yes.
If I have the cards in my hand to kill a 3, but only 0s come out, that's a bummer.
Yep. And I like that it's Euro without the pretentiousness of a Euro.
It doesn't feel Euro. It feels Ameritrash.
I do not feel like I'm a candle maker in 15th century Germany or whatever.
Insert
Well,
the
it's
name
a
of
much
the town.
better story, but I feel like you could have easily bloated this game up with a huge board and tons of little teeny tiny meeples that you're manipulating, and it's a 3-hour game. You could have done this theme and made it a huge, sprawling, epic game, but I like that they condensed it and made it a little bit more simple.
I keep thinking about the word efficient.
Yes.
Everything about this game is efficient to me. It fits the theme, which could be a 3-hour epic kind of game with the theme, the bloody inn, and you have to first build the inn, and then you have to, pay the taxes on the inn. And all that stuff every year.
And when you bury it, there's a special box that you put them in, and you actually have to cover them with paper.
Right.
You're drawing your accomplices, the cards you use to do everything, from the same group that you're doing your victims from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And the same people that are paying you to stay at your hotel. So
80% of the games would have an accomplice deck and a victim deck completely separate from each other.
I agree.
And I love that this one doesn't.
It rewards you for being efficient in the mechanics to win the game within the framework of a compact game that takes less than an hour for sure to play. And it feels like a game that took 2 hours to play when you're done.
Yes.
It's satisfying in that way.
There is an expansion to it. I have not played it, but it's where the circus comes to
carnies.
town. Yeah, and you get like the bearded lady and everything coming. I don't know how much it changes it or if it bloats it at all because I haven't played it.
But this game could actually stand an expansion to bloat what was super tight. Might actually be welcome if you wanted the game to last longer. Because when I looked up and saw, oh my gosh, this is the last round.
Yeah.
That dictated, and because I was first player, I was able to kill the one guy that could be killed.
If you didn't kill that guy,
right, if I was second,
he was a dead man when it came to me.
Right, there you go. So being first player, so I guess randomness in a way won the game for me.
Well, it's random, but it's not.
It could be way more
It's
random.
not dice rolling.
And it's also not multiplayer solitaire.
Mm-hmm.
Like I played one game where I killed a guy and I didn't have any places to build, and my opponent had one place to bury, and my opponent had one place to bury, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And then when it came back around my turn, I buried my corpse in his spot because he was going to
share it.
He was going to bury too, but I used the one spot he has. So not only did I bury him, well, of course,
and then when the cops did the investigation, he's stuck with a corpse.
and I shared my, when you bury in someone else's thing, you share the reward. But then he got caught with nowhere to bury, so he got docked those points.
Dickish, but admirable.
But yeah, there's more player interaction than appears at first glance.
No, I think this is the second or third time I've played the game, and I'm appreciating it more the more I see it. It's very rare that you can fit theme into a Euro-ish style game where it almost, you forget. It's sort of like exercising for me. If you put me on a treadmill and tell me to run for 30 minutes, I hate that.
Yeah.
But that same 30 minutes is spent in the forest hiking.
Or on a tennis court.
Yeah, I don't even feel like I'm doing it. Yeah. And that's kind of what this game does. So on a scale of 1 to great, which is that's my scale. I don't like giving numbers. Yeah. I'm going to call this very good.
Oh yeah, I would say it's a really solid game. It's not the deepest game out there. Like it's not some deep strategy game, but this is a great game. I would think it works pretty good at all player counts, 2 to 4, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. You usually knock it out in an hour. Mm-hmm. And
my only caveat with it is that if you have a friend that you're trying to get into board games, this might not be the one.
It's not a gateway game.
No.
But it's not so complex that it's frustrating either.
Well, on a scale of 1 to great, where would you put it?
It's so far up my alley that it's hard for me to
because the theme really
be biased. Because the theme, I love the theme. I love.
So you're going great.
I think it's a great game,
even
though I've never
rock
won
solid for
once.
me, and then very good.
Very good.
So